Hey y'all, welcome back to I'm So Frank. It's your girl, Aprille Franks, and today I'm gonna tell you how not to get shot at.
Yeah, we're gonna be on top, oh, on top of the world, gonna be on top, oh.
So, how do you avoid getting shot? Listen, let me tell you, when I was 21, now, you know how this goes. I'm gonna tell you a story. And I'm going to enlighten you with some of my life isms. I was 21 years old, and for whatever reason, I ran into this guy. He looked amazing. He was really fine, you guys, like really, really fine. I was with my cousin. We were actually at the police station where she had to go and pick up a police report. This is way back in the day. I'm 45 at the time of this video. So 20 something years ago. We're there because she had to pick up a police report for a job that she was applying for. So he was there in the parking lot. I don't know why he was there, okay? But we were there. I saw him, he saw me. There was a mutual attraction. We exchanged numbers. He called me. Now, I didn't know what he did for a living. I just knew he was cute. Had a nice little car, Beats, things that you care about when you're 20, 21 years old. Now, let me tell you something. I love excitement. I love all the things, right? However, what I don't enjoy is a life of crime, okay? I know that my life was created to be on the right side of the law, but when I was 20, 21 years old, he told me that he was a drug dealer. And I was like, a drug dealer? Okay, this might be fun. So against my better judgment, Mom, Dad in heaven, I'm sorry. I knew better, but he was so cute. I was like, this is gonna be fine. I'll date him for a little while. He'll be done and we can move on with our life. So one night, it was Valentine's Day, 1997, okay? Valentine's Day, 1997. He and I, again, don't forget what show you're watching. I'm So Frank. We were smoking weed, getting high, all the things back in the day, having a good time on Valentine's Day, right? And I say to him, I'm hungry. Now, mind you, again, he was a drug dealer. Not sure what the statute of limitations is on some of this, so I'm going to leave out some of the pertinent details. If you're a part of my business community, then you may likely have read this story or heard it. If you're new to me on YouTube, then I don't know. I'm going to have to fill in the blanks at some other time, but let me check those statutes. So what's so funny was I was like, I'm hungry. Can we get something to eat? Now, here's what I didn't know. I didn't know that he had drugs and money hid in my house. I did know that he was in and out doing his job as a drug dealer. Now, I'm hungry. Okay, he goes out to get me something to eat. Now, when he leaves, after a few moments, I hear a pop. And I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Right? And I get up from off the couch. I go look in the microwave. I go look on the stove. I look around. I'm like, what the heck was that noise? I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm just really high and I don't know what's happening. So I sit down. He comes and runs in the door. He's like, we're about to be robbed. I'm like, robbed? Who will be robbing us? Why are they robbing us? What's here to be robbed, right? He comes, he runs to my bedroom. He grabs his suitcase. He starts throwing in all his things and pulling drugs and money out of all kind of places, like the air conditioner vents, under the bed, places that I didn't even know things were hid. Again, if you don't want to get shot at, don't date drug dealers. Now, I was like, okay, what's happening here? Because we're gonna get robbed. Are people gonna bum rush my apartment? Right? Now, my daughter at the time, who was, I don't know, 1 or 2, maybe 2, she was with my parents for the weekend. And so this is me being grown, right? Dating the drug dealer, and now we're about to be robbed. So he runs to the door. He's about to walk out, and I swear it's like a movie. Slow the cameras down. And I grab his hand and I said, where are you going? And he says, I'm leaving. And I'm like, but what about me? This is so fucking ridiculous. thinking back on this, but I'm laughing because this is my life. It's a whole Tyler Perry movie. Can somebody call him? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, if you go, I need to go with you. Like, what he said, and then he says, if you come, you have to come all the way because I'm not stopping. I swear to God. No one could have directed this. It was so ridiculously great and tragic at the same time. So he has a gun. He hands me a gun. He's like, they're shooting at us. He said someone shot at him. I was like, what? Why is this happening? No one even knows that I'm dating you. Like, what? So we go downstairs. We get in the car. Now, mind you, I wasn't raised like this. I'm a damn military child. My dad would die if he knew, God rest his soul, at that time, that I was dating a drug dealer and was involved in these type of shenanigans. Would have turned me in, like, with no questions asked. So we get in the car and he's like, we're going to have to shoot ourselves out of here. Here I am saying, okay, bitch, who are you? Okay. So I'm like, okay, like I've done this before. Never done this before, people, okay? Never been in a shootout. I don't know about you, but how many shootouts have you been in? Hopefully 0 to my 1. So we get in the car, and at this apartment complex that I lived in back in Mobile, Alabama, there was only one way in and one way out of this complex. So whoever these alleged shooters were, we were going to have to cross them, right? So we were going to have to cross them in order to get out of this place to turn onto the main road. So I get in the car, put my seatbelt on, he's like, lean all the way back, point the gun out the window. Who am I? Like, do you even know me? Like, do I know myself? So this shit is crazy. So we get in the car, we get ready to get on, we back out of the parking spot. We go around a little curve where we're about to go however fast he needs to go to get past it, to get on the main road, to get out of there. And I hear gunshots. So then I start shooting. So now we're all shooting. So I'm getting shot at. We're getting shot at. I'm shooting. Who am I? How did this happen? Don't date drug dealers and you won't get shot at. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how this is happening to me in my life. I'm like, I work at McDonald's. I have a toddler. How did suddenly I become a cast member of Set It Off? But I was. So we crash the car into a tree that's on the adjacent, like right across the street where we should have turned, and we total the car. We get out of the car. It's a whole thing. We go to the police department, by police escort. They want to know about the shooting. Who's shooting at you? Were you shooting at people? They had all the questions. Still checking out the statutes on this. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. I'm in a movie right now. Again, if you don't date drug dealers, you probably don't have to worry about getting shot at. Now, what happened after that? Well, we go to the police. They question us. They ask us tons of questions. They ended up releasing us. And then, because the car was totaled, I had to call my parents to come pick me up. Because in 1997, there was no Uber. There was no Lyft. There was no ride sharing. So I had to call my parents, and my parents still don't know this, but my mother, I had to tell them that we got carjacked. Now, mind you, they have never seen this man before. So here come my parents in their 1997 Nissan Sentra, 4-door or 2-door, I can't even remember, gray, with my toddler in the car to come pick me up and the drug dealer that I was dating to take us back to my house. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should never date a drug dealer, because you might get shot at and embarrassed by your parents. And you could go to jail. You could go to jail. So what did I learn? Did I learn anything from this situation? I don't know. One of the things I learned was I didn't date any more drug dealers after that, right? The second thing that I learned was that drug dealers are people too. And not only are they people too, but he took his job very seriously. Like, he clocked in and clocked out. But the third thing I learned was don't break the law. Don't break the law. And sometimes when you're young, we do stupid shit. We make dumb decisions. We don't think things through. We're reckless. And hopefully by now, we have grown and evolved and become amazing women and leaders and do great things. But I just want you to know that you can't be ashamed of your past, right? I know I have a very colorful past. I've experienced a lot of different things in my life, and I'm not ashamed of any of them. I have zero regrets. They all have made me who I am. I have learned so much from so many different types of people, so many different walks of life. In that situation, I did not go to jail. In that situation, he did go to prison. He's out now, and we're actually friends on Facebook. So it's a very interesting story, but I know when you know better, then you get the opportunity to do better and to make better decisions. And 20 something years later, it's a funny story. So I'm just saying, I'm so Frank. It's Aprille Franks. I'll see y'all in the next video.